Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. This is your mid-month check-in. So let's see what's going on with you guys for the month of August. So mid to end of August 2021. I want to pull some cards for your current energy of the person, people, situation surrounding you for the rest of the month. Outcome of those situations. We will pull some clarifying cards in a moment as well. We will pull some cards for, any final messages, advice, positive affirmations, anything else that my beautiful, amazing Aquarius viewers need to know. I like to just kind of get straight into it. It is, of course, a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Feel free to check out your other placements too. But if it does resonate or you do enjoy the reading, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Aquarius, let's see what's going on here. And I'm going to tell you a bit about the kind of intuitive messages I got just before I did the reading, or as I'm shuffling. Sometimes there's extra messages that want to come out intuitively, which don't quite come out in the cards. So I'll get into that too. Interesting. Okay, and we've got the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. So you guys have definitely been steadily working towards something. And I'm feeling sometimes there is a little bit of a frustration, there's lack of motivation, but you just put your head down and you keep going. And I may even say that I get the sense some of you are throwing yourselves into work or your, day-to-day routines because of the fact that you may be avoiding something else. You may be avoiding dealing with something else. You may be avoiding thinking about something else. And so you guys just kind of end up throwing yourself into work or a hobby or whatever the case is. You throw yourself into something else so you can just kind of forget about the other niggling thing that is not going away, that needs attention. Some of you may be doing quite well at work because you've chosen to focus on that instead of other things. There may even be some kind of new opportunity that you come across. Something has got you interested. There's, room for a new sort of beginning. There may even be, you may be doing really well for yourselves in terms of, earning a promotion, making more money, sort of steadily working your way up, building your skills, that sort of thing, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But, it becomes an issue if you're doing that at the expense of really focusing on what it is that you need to focus on. If there's another issue going on, are you completely ignoring it? That's what you need to ask yourselves. And it's funny, as I was shuffling before, any cards came out, the first thing that popped into my mind was, is Aquarius feeling as though they have not achieved something? Like they've done really well in certain areas of their life, but other areas they haven't done so well. They're just not feeling happy, or there's just something missing. A lot of you are feeling like there may be something missing. So for example, some of you may have thrown yourselves into work at the expense of certain personal relationships, perhaps. It's just one example, but there may be an area of your life where it's just coming to a point where it's like, I don't know if I can ignore it anymore. I've tried to ignore it for long enough and it's just not quite working anymore. And I know there's a problem there. Definitely, I'm seeing something in the past that you had to walk away from. So there's something that you had to really leave behind. But you may have also left some kind of emotions behind, like something that caused you a lot of emotional confusion, a lot of stress, a lot of difficulty. You made the decision to just leave behind and not worry about it anymore. So you've moved on to something, and you're moving on to something quite ferociously, with a lot of purpose. It's almost like leaving and then not looking back. You're only looking towards the future now. You're only, maybe you thought about setting goals, what you want to achieve for the next, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, whatever the case may be. You're looking ahead. You're trying to really leave that past behind and not worry about it anymore. And you're stepping into a little bit of the unknown, But it's okay, because at the end of the day, you know that this is a necessary change. You have to make change as a part of life. Sometimes change can be quite difficult, but you're ready to make that change. You're ready to move forward. I will pull some more cards for this in a moment. Clarifying cards, that is. The Chariot is victory, though, Cancer energy, and we've got more water sign energy here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio again. So this is about moving forward victoriously. Sometimes it can speak to the dual nature that lies within us, and sometimes it's difficult to rein oneself in, or rein certain things in order to achieve what you want to achieve. It's like, you're going to have to sacrifice something, or you're going to have to pull back certain behaviors. So there's a little bit of that going on, but I do see that you're very driven and very determined to move forward. You're going to pursue this new thing with a lot of courage, and you're going to be victorious, because I do feel like it's coming from a place of really wanting to leave something behind and completely move forward towards the future. We've got some very interesting energy around you. We've got the Six of Swords. You could be dealing with another air sign, so another Aquarius or Libra or Gemini potentially. You could be dealing with a fire sign here with the King of Wands, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Someone else around you has this same sense of wanting to move on. There could be an actual physical move happening too, either with yourself or with someone around you, someone close to you. You may have recently parted ways from someone. You may have recently ended a relationship, some sort of partnership. It could even be like a business relationship, or a business partnership has come to an end. It could be parting ways with family. It could be physically moving away from family into a new home or something of that nature. So it could be a physical move, but ultimately it's a move to a more peaceful situation, to a more calm situation. There may have been certain friction, certain arguments, not seeing eye to eye with one or more people in the past, and that has led to this kind of split. But what's for certain is that both parties do not want to feel like they're getting nowhere, like conversations are getting nowhere, disagreements and arguments are getting nowhere. Everyone wants to move on to a much calmer situation. I'm seeing someone who has the potential to be a little bit arrogant, but I do feel that they have matured. They have matured as a result of the relationship, the situation. Someone around you may have been a little bit selfish, a little bit arrogant in the past. Someone may have felt like they were all that as well, like they're just, super attractive, super desirable. Again, I'm going to pull some more clarifying cards for that in a moment, see if we can get some more messages. Very interesting energy here in the outcome. Quick moves, quick decisions, quick communication coming in, very almost sometimes brutal, harsh communication. I mean, these two cards, look at the images. People have their swords raised high in these cards, which just means that it's all about getting through to the truth of a matter, speaking someone's truth, speaking your mind, not being afraid to speak the truth even if the reality or the truth is harsh, not being afraid to cut certain people, situations out of your life if they are no longer serving you. So this is all about, like I said, moving on to the next phase with a lot of conviction and from a place of honesty and truth, which is very nice, because you may have had to recently come to terms with something, like I was mentioning before, which you did not completely acknowledge. So there was something brewing, there was something you knew was a little bit of a problem, but you just did not want to really acknowledge it, or maybe you just it was buried for a long time. And like I said, you threw yourself into work, or you threw yourself into another situation to try and avoid it mentally, and that just eventually you had to face it. So it's going to be time for that reckoning and time to face whatever situation that is for some of you. Some of you may be getting some kind of unexpected communication coming in. It's all, strong air sign energy, more Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Getting that sort of fast, almost unexpected communication coming in. And like I said, we're going to pull some more cards to see if we can get some more messages with that in a moment. Let's start with some of the initial cards that have come out at the start of the reading. See if we can get some more clarification into these messages here. Interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing again differences in opinions, arguments, differences in opinion, and it's just not getting anywhere, like no one's agreeing on something, and so you're feeling the need that you had to just drop something and move on from it because there's just too many voices, too many opinions, and maybe some manipulative behavior as well with that Seven of Swords. So maybe someone you felt was not being honest, not being truthful, being selfish. You know, you hate that almost more than anything, people who are just selfish. We've got the Emperor energy here. This is Aries energy. This, I really do feel like you've almost bossed up in a way. Like I said, it's similar to that Chariot energy, Queen of Swords, embodying all those things with just speaking your mind, speaking the truth, and deciding to move on to a situation where you're in charge again. You're making the decisions, you're making the calls for your own life, and you're not going to listen to this other stuff, these other opinions, people who don't have your best interests at heart. It's time to change that. Look at that double message. We've got the Six of Swords twice. So someone is definitely moving on from a situation, wanting to get to a more peaceful situation. I'm thinking someone has regrets as well. I'm thinking someone around you may have regretted how things have kind of turned out or eventuated. It could be a friend from the past, someone you've known for a while. Someone actually may be wanting to reconcile. Someone may be wanting to improve the relationship again. They're still thinking about good times. They still have positive hope for the future. Yeah, they're thinking that there could be a new beginning there. They're thinking that there could be some sort of exciting, you know, new beginning filled with passion, a fresh start, a very, very fresh start. Alternatively, there could be a new opportunity around you in business. We did see that Ace of Wands earlier as well. So there could be a new creative or business opportunity around you as well, which is very nice. But I am seeing someone still has hope in this situation. If there's someone who you kind of separated from or had to cut out, they're actually still seeing hope. I think for you it might be done, you know. I think for you it might be done. It's a big, big change that had to happen. I think, like I said, it may have been something that you were denying for a long time, but you couldn't deny it anymore. So ready to move on from that. And yeah, we've got the Ace of Swords. So this is all about truth. It doesn't matter how passionate someone wants to be, or how many feelings someone has, or what they're remembering about the past, whether that's sparking up any emotion. It doesn't matter. You know, the truth needs to be told. Yeah, there was, I think, a situation that was just feeling like a bit of a burden to you. Someone may have needed to make a very, very difficult but necessary choice in order to just live a life that is more authentic, feels, a lot less stressful, a lot more calm. Yeah, and an end to any sort of petty arguments. You wanted more stability in a situation, I'm thinking. You weren't feeling stable. You weren't feeling satisfied. You weren't feeling content. You needed to do what you needed to do in order to, feel like you had more structure in your life, more discipline, feel like you had all bases covered, like you weren't ignoring an issue, that, everything sort of came to the surface. Let's see if we can pull any other messages, words of advice, any other cards for Aquarius. Big transformation. Yeah, big time for changes. I think you've already made that decision. Big changes. Patience. This is Temperance. It's got Scorpio energy, Sagittarius energy. Things will require patience and balance, but it's all about moving towards your happiness, and I'm seeing a lot more happiness in your future. Something was a little bit lost along the way, I think, and maybe it was yourself, maybe it was not, again, having balance in everything, focusing too much on one thing in order to ignore a problem. Once you deal with that problem, you're going to be able to feel like your life is a lot more balanced, a lot more stable, a lot more happy, and yeah, more happiness and more opportunities are going to come in. So it's a bit of a transitional period here. Aquarius, it's a bit of a transitional period. There's change. Change is not, as I was saying before, you know, you don't always like it, but it's necessary. I'm seeing good things coming in as a result of this change, because you're able to finally speak your truth and you're able to finally deal with a situation that needed dealing with for a long time. So hope you guys enjoyed that reading. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.